Okay. Thing. So I think we can start. Okay. So I mean, if you any of one are not able to see my screen, just you can just you can raise your hand, or maybe you can directly type in the message. Okay. So first of all, if I show you like how Sitecore, we logged into the Sitecore. Okay. So let me show you. So this is our domain name, demo dev.local.sitecore. Doing like this, like Sitecore/login. Okay, so it was closed. Now we are just I'm just opening the Sitecore. So I mean, you have to remember whenever like we are going to log into the Sitecore. So like domain name Sitecore/login. Okay. So yesterday, I told you a brief about like Sitecore, why Sitecore is, and how Sitecore looks like. So today, mainly we are going to focus on the its folder structure. Okay, like so I'm going to tell you about the Sitecore folder structure inside the content editor, like how we create the page, how we create the the component, how we create the template, how we also store the media library. So those things we are going to cover today. So I mean, I will also cover the setup, like how we can set up the Sitecore. Okay, so the setup part, maybe we'll just see the process, like how the process is. Okay, a setup is, I mean, it's not hard. It's just a process. It's just a exe, Sitecore exe you have to install, but still there are some mandatory things, prerequisites you have to install in your site. Okay, I mean, maybe there is some issue on Sitecore. So before, you know, going to the dashboard, let's see the setup things. Okay, how we can do a setup. Okay, so to set up, let me show you the process. I have blocked somewhere. Okay, the Sitecore is, I mean, we are able to see the Sitecore login. So how we logged in? We put the admin as a username. Is the default, username and password in the Sitecore. So what is that is admin and password will be B. Okay. So to set up the Sitecore, we have to download. The Sitecore download from that application from here. So we're supposed to download the latest one. So where I'll get, just I have to type like this Sitecore downloads. Okay. If you do, you'll find a Sitecore downloads. There is a portal Sitecore download. From there, you can get. So the website name is dev.sitecore.net. Okay, from there you can download. If I click the downloads, so you can see now the Sitecore has the latest one, platform 10.3 update 1. So you can download it. So there are a lot of download are here. So if you are downloading for installing in your system, so you will choose this one. Okay, so what is download option for on premise? I mean, you are going to download and install in your system. So let me just uh, post this in your, you can see from here and you can download. So this is where this one you are going to choose. Okay. So if the license is XP or XM, based on that you can mostly you can just download it. If you click, it's a normal download procedure. Okay. See, it's downloaded. So similarly, you have to download it. Okay. Next thing, after downloading, what you have to do is, first of all, you have to install the mandatory softwares to install the Sitecore, latest version of Sitecore. Okay. So what are the mandatory? So I have blocked this here, so you can just go through. Let me put this. So this is the mandatory one. This is the quick and the installation steps. Okay. So let's first of all see. Let's see the mandatory software what you have to install. First of all, you have to install the SQL Server and Microsoft Management Studio, Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio. Okay, and also you have to set up the SA password in it. You have to also check. You must have a PowerShell 5.1. Okay, you can check in the terminal like PS version table. If the version is 5.1, then it's okay. Next, you have to install the .NET Framework 4.8 and above. .NET Core or .NET maybe above 6, maybe 7 you can install. You must install the Web Deploy 3.6. You already write 2.3. You have to install the Web Platform Installer. Okay, and after that, at the last, you have to install the Sitecore frameworks. Okay, so this is the process to install the Sitecore framework. Okay, so let's go through it. what you have to do is there you have to first open up PowerShell, then you have to execute this command. Okay, just to whenever you start executing scripts on the PowerShell, I mean it gives some error like okay, so to you must maybe authorized user or maybe admin user to execute the PowerShell scripts. So to disable that, what we do is we set the execution policy current user unrestricted. Okay. Next, to install the Sitecore framework. To install Sitecore framework, we have to run these both commands. Okay. One is Sitecore repo source. This. Then install Sitecore installation framework. Okay. After installing this, you can like verify with this one. If you have installed the SIF version, Sitecore installation framework version already, you can just update it through this. Okay. So when you are done with these prerequisite things, then you can install the that the Sitecore. Okay. For the SQL Server, you have to configure the SA and user ID. Okay, SA and user ID. So if you are not sure how to configure, you can just click this link. Okay, and you will see the process to configure the SA and user ID there. Okay. So these steps you can try in your end, and you can tell me if you're not able to do. I'll help you to configure. Okay. So next thing is if you if you installed the prerequisite things, now you have to install the Sitecore. So this is the same process. I have blocked it step by step, so you can follow this. If you follow this, you are able to install the Sitecore. So each steps you will get some kind of instruction. Okay, so suppose you are starting with, first of all, whatever you are downloading, that you have to extract it. It will be a G file. You have to extract it. You will find a file like a setup. Then you have to click and set up and install it. Okay, when you install like this, it will come. You have to click start. It will install some of the prerequisites, and this it will verify. Then it's solar. It will install the solar. Then Microsoft settings, it will ask you the Microsoft SQL Server details. Okay, so this is the whole process you can do. Okay, after that you will able to install the Sitecore. Okay. So these are the steps. So you can do your side if you have a Sitecore license. So to install the Sitecore, you must have a Sitecore license. If you don't have, so you will not able to install it. Okay. So let's see the next thing. When we installed it, so after installation, when you launch the Sitecore, so it will look like this. Okay, it will look like this. And where we supposed to go? We supposed to go first on the desktop. We'll click on the desktop. So this is how Sitecore, dashboard look. Sitecore desktop. When we click on the Sitecore desktop, it looks like there is an icon. I can select this icon. When I click on this icon, I can see these are the options. So I'll tell you about these options. So for now, we're supposed to review the the content editor and experience editor and its folder structure. Okay, so this there is a content editor, there is an experience editor. Okay, and we'll go inside it and we'll see its folder structure. Okay, so you click here and go to content editor. So let me first explain you about the content editor, what the content editor is. Okay, so content editor is the place where we worked like creating pages, creating content, creating template, uploading, media library and all those things. So content is the main part of the site core where we create the content, we update the content. Okay, so this is how content editor looks like. So this is we call like a content editor. Okay, so yesterday I told you this section, this menu section, we call this ribbon. Okay, this menu section we call the ribbon. This section right side, these are the content tree. Sorry, left side, these are the content tree, site core, and these are the content tree. Right side, these are the content section. Right side, these are the content section. Below, you can see these are the site core status bar, you can say. And extreme right side, you can see there are the databases. So yesterday I also told you Sitecore has mainly three databases. Mostly, I mean, Sitecore is dependent on to operate the Sitecore. Master data, where we are now, we develop the application, we develop the websites. Okay, whatever new things we create, that is going to be created on master website, master DB. Web is after the application we develop, we publish, we push the changes to the web. So web is the database responsible to show us the data at the end. Core database is, I mean, whatever the Sitecore settings, whatever the UI we are going to see this as a Sitecore dashboard, those comes from the core database. So this is how you can understand about the databases. So I mean, Sitecore we have approx more than 12 databases. Okay, but mainly these three databases are responsible to do the main job. Okay, so let's start with the content editor. So the whole you can see this is we call like a content editor. Okay, the whole section, this is content editor. This is the content editor, you can say this is content editor. Okay, so in a content editor, if you come left side there, okay, this one, this we call as a content tree. Okay, you have to understand this is content tree. Okay, so let me write so that you can understand what it means. Tree. Okay, this is content tree. Next, again, let me tell you this side, these are the content section. These are the content section. Content section. So I mean, these are the terminologies. These are the terms you have to understand because when the ahead when we are going to, I mean, work on the site core. So these are the terms mostly you are going to listen. Content tree, content section. So you have to know like what is content tree, what is content section. Okay, and these things we call as a ribbon and their option. So these things are ribbon. These things are ribbon, and these are their options. These things are their ribbon and options. So what? Let me write it so that you can understand what's ribbon. Okay. So you got it right. So next thing, if you and the last thing, if I show you, there you can see these are the options. So what these options are? This one, this one, and this one. For now, I'll give you just a high level overview of this section after covering these things. Okay. So first of all, let's see, you understood the whole things. This is the content editor. Okay. And inside the content editor, we have this content tree. So we have to understand what this content tree mean. Inside the content tree, what we have the Sitecore. Inside we have content, we have forms, we have layout, we have media library, we have system, we have templates. So you have to know everything what it does. Okay. So let me give you a high level overview of like what this section means, what this content tree individually means. Okay. So let's start from the above. So content is a content section is where we create the websites, where we create the its content, where we create its the data. Okay, so those things we are going to do inside the content section. Okay, suppose this is the suppose this is the website. Okay, suppose let me open a website. Suppose this is the website. Okay, so if you see, this is the website. We have the options. We have this is the logo, and these are the pages. These are the different pages, right? These are different pages. Like home, there is a service, there is a contact us. Okay, so how these things we store uh, inside the Sitecore. Okay, so I mean, you have to understand like how we are storing. So suppose these are the pages. So every pages and its related content. Suppose I'm going to the service. So this is the service page and its related content. It's the contact and its related content. Okay, so those things we are going to create inside the content. Okay, those things we are going to create inside the content. So how? Suppose inside the content, this is if I go here, you can see this the demo side is the I have a collection of application here created already. So this is the application tenant. Okay, there are application like this is JSS XM Cloud. This is the the website name, and okay, so like this is home, this is about page, this is contact page, like this. Okay, so inside the content, I mean, we have we have the pages and its content. Getting? So you understood, right? I mean, what the content contains? It contains the pages and its contents. In terms of Sitecore, what we say like the pages and its data source. Okay, from where I mean it's comes the data comes to the page. Okay, next we have the form. So form is the like a normal form. I mean, we have like a contact us form and like a subscription form or maybe any kind of form. So those we create inside the forms. Okay, so forms give a user interface where I mean we just create the forms using the drag and drop. We don't have to write code. So it's a drag and drop. Designer platform it gives us where we can design the form. Next, we have a layout. So layout you have to understand this way. So suppose it's a page. Okay. So I mean, in the layout, what happens? We have header like this. Okay. And suppose header like this. There is a content section. After that, if you come down, there is a footer. Okay, and mid these are the some content section. So if you go any of the page, what you will see? You will see, I mean, header footer will be the same, but content will change. In the content set, it will change. Okay. Let me go to the next page. See, header and footer are same. This is our footer, but content is changing. Okay, so we have defined a layout. So layout is it defines the structure of the page. Okay, it defines the structure of the page where I mean it defines some things will layout means we are defining some structure. Based on that structure, it will render the component, will render the page in our website. So that is the layout means you have to understand. Okay, so inside the layout we have few things as well. We have placeholder, we have renderings, we have the sub layouts. Okay, so these are the things come. So I'll tell you maybe in the next session what's the rendering, what's the sub layout, what's the placeholder is. But you have to just understand the layout means layouts build a complete structure of the page. I mean how the page will looks like. Okay, so that's the layout is. Okay, so suppose if I so the layout let me, you must have some kind of visual things like how layout will looks like. Layout in web page. So you can understand this way. Okay, so layout is this is the complete page where we have a header, we have navigation, content left side, content right side, the main, then a footer. So this is how layout defines the structure. Okay, so as I as I'm showing you, this is the page. The footer and header are and there is a content section, maybe anything we can define. So that we have to define a layout. So this is how I mean layout defines. Okay, so you understood about the layout, I think. So next thing, let's go to the media library. So at the names, it suggests where we upload the media. So we can upload the files here, and after uploading, we have to reference it to the into the content or into the page. So those we are doing inside the content section, content node, content folder item, you can say. So another thing, in anything in the Sitecore, we create folder or maybe content that is a item. Okay, item like a recode in a Sitecore. Okay, so in a media library, we can upload the image, we can upload the, we can also upload the theme. Okay, any kind of media assist file we can upload inside the media library. We have some structure, we define some structure when we are uploading or when we are working inside the Sitecore. So that follows the helix pattern. So that's why you are able to see the feature, project, feature, foundation, and project. So let me just brief about you about the helix structure, because we are just uh, going through the folder structure of the Sitecore. You must also know the helix structure in Sitecore. Okay, so helix structure, first of all, there are three layers: feature, foundation, and a project. Okay, so what the feature means? Feature means whatever, like, website feature we are developing. Website feature, like maybe header will be one component or feature, you can say. Then maybe a banner section. Okay, maybe a header, maybe a banner section, maybe content on right side or right side visit, like that. Then footer. So those will be count like a feature. Okay, next we have a foundation. So foundation is the layer. I mean, in a helix structure in layers, we have a layers. So layers. So what are the layers? Are three layers. One is, as I explained, feature, foundation, project. Okay, so then foundation, like something we write like a utility that will support the feature. So anything like utility, or anything like something, some kind of library or assembly that supports this feature, or maybe a project. Okay, that logic we write inside the foundation. Okay, in terms of code. In terms of CMS as well, we have to store anything about the foundation. Generally, we don't store anything inside the foundation. So in a foundation, in a Sitecore CMS, you will see the Sitecore has something inside it. So mostly we are not altering anything inside the foundation. I mean, if you don't have a clear idea on any of the item. Okay, so you can understand this way: any settings or like a utility that supports feature and project layers. Then project is like a, you can understand, I mean, where, I mean, we have complete structure of the maybe a page, like a layout. Okay, like some assets, like that supports the layout, that supports the structure of the page. So those things we keep inside the project. So we can write like a the complete wave structure. And web structure means, you can say, layouts, media assets, and static files. So those comes inside the project. Okay, so this is the logic you have to understand. I mean, this way you can understand that these three layers: feature, anything, any component or any kind of feature we are developing, that those will come inside the feature. Foundation, anything about that supports the feature and project, that come inside the foundation. You can understand some kind of settings or utility things. Project, you can say like a structure or complete structure of the web page, whatever like comes inside that containing a complete structure of the page, maybe a layout, media assets, those will come inside the project. Okay, so this is the structure of helix. So it is very important, and I mean, mostly we develop using this the helix structures in the Sitecore CMS, and the same this kind of structure you will see everywhere in the Sitecore CMS. So that you can see inside the media library as well. Okay, we have a feature, we have a foundation. So if I go inside the foundation, we have already some folders created. So okay, we have a project. In a project you can see, so mostly I mean, you can store anywhere there inside the middle library, but we're supposed to follow these layers and their structures. So in terms of storing the images, generally you will store inside the project folder. Okay, so you understood about the media library and the Sitecore layers. Okay, Sitecore helix structure layers. Okay, next if I go inside the setting, sorry, system where I mean, where we need some kind of customization or some kind of extra configuration things, there the system the web system Sitecore this comes, like suppose we have to add a new language, we can add inside the language. If you have something, some the webhook we have to configure, maybe some publishing target we have to configure, then we come inside the system. If we have to, maybe some API key we have to define, or maybe rendering host in terms of we have to define, or some kind of settings regarding all the functionality we get in the Sitecore we have to configure, we come inside the settings. So sorry, in the system. Okay, so system is anything you custom, you want to configure, you want to extend the existing uh, the Sitecore atom functionality, you can come inside the system. You can find the possible way to extend its maybe its uses, or maybe its functionality. Next we have a template. So template is the place when we create the structure of the content. Okay, so when everything inside the Sitecore or atom, those are created somewhere in a templates. So those are referring from the template. So you have to understand this way. Anything inside, maybe a media, maybe a content, or maybe a forms we are creating, those are made of the templates. So whatever content or item we are creating, item, if I'm saying like an item, so item you have to understand in this way, so that uh, item is you can say like a terminology you have to understand. Item is the record inside core. So what the record, maybe any content, image item, any page item, any page. So anything we are creating inside the Sitecore, maybe content, image, or page, that is the item. Okay, so item, this terminology you have to understand this way. So if I am saying like this common folder, so common folder is also item. Template this one is also item. Okay, you have to understand this way, this is item. So when you click any of the folder, and you can see it's saying like item ID, item name, item path, template. So every item or everything here, whatever like we have inside the content tree, those are referring from the template. So those are made up from template. Okay, so if I go in a template, so template you understood, I mean, we create the structure of the content. Okay, suppose let me tell you one example. Okay, first let's go through its template section. What we have in a template section, you can see we have also a similar kind of folder structure here. like the feature, we have a foundation, we have a project. Okay, so if I explain you again here, like what inside the feature we get. Okay, feature, whatever the like if I have to make some banner component, so whatever the templates I have to make, inside the feature. Okay, so template is the place where we create the data structure. Okay, so what the data structure means, let me tell you this way. So template, it is the Sitecore item where we create data structure, data property, or content structure. You can understand it this way. We are creating data property, we are creating the data structure, creating content structure. So how? So let me suppose what I have to do is let me go to the page and I'll show you so that you can understand it. Suppose if I have to create the component like this. Okay, so what the component, this component has, let me just screenshot it and we'll explain. I will explain it. Okay, in this component what we have this one, we have we have this heading. Okay, then we have this description, then we have this button, and then we have this image. So okay, so that's how this individual content structure is representing a whole component. Okay, so if I have to make the content structure for this in a Sitecore, so how I'm going to do, I have to first create a template field for this. I have to create a template for this paragraph. I have to create a template field for this this button. I have to create a template field for this image. Okay, so this is how I am creating the content structure, or maybe the data structure of the this component. Got it? So what I'll do is how I'm going to do, I mean, this concept you have to understand. That's why I'm focusing on it. So for this component, what you are going to do is, let me, for this one, what we are going to do, so what will the template structure, sorry, content structure, component, content structure of the component. So now we are defining a template now here. So template for this. So what will define, first of all, we'll see this heading. So heading, then paragraph. Okay, paragraph, correct. Paragraph, then we have a button, link, then we have a this okay, then we have image. So I mean when we combine this all, this makes the whole this component, correct? So this structure we are going to define inside the template. and when we create the field and this data field inside the template, then it will make the whole component. So those structure, those content structure we are going to define inside the template. And when we are creating a template, after that we can create the content or maybe data from that template. So that's the template main in the Sitecore. Okay, so in Sitecore we have the branch template, we have data template, we have a command templates. Okay, so mostly you are going to use the data template to create the data structure or content structure uh, of the any data source or maybe any component. Okay, so now I'm not going to show you like how we are creating a template. That I will show you later when we um, individually working on the each section or each item. Okay, so next thing, I supposed to explain you about the experience editor. So what the experience editor is? So experience editor, generally, let me tell you about the experience editor so that you can see. Suppose it is the so experience editor is, this is the content editor. Experience editor is similar like a page. So when I'm going inside the content, so these are this can be my the website or application. So if I'm launching any of the page, let me launch any of the let me launch this one. Suppose it's a like a this is a page, this is the home page. Okay, let me launch this one in experience editor. So this home page will load a platform where I can edit the content directly. Here how I can edit the content, and I click this homepage item, and in the right side in the content section I can see there is a title and there is a text. So I can edit the content from here. Okay, but in experience editor it give us a the platform. It looks like actually a website or web page where it gives we can directly edit the content, we can update the content. So that's the experience editor is. Okay, so let's see how you can see how the experience editor looks like in a Sitecore. So this is the content editor where we have a content structure and content section and the menus like this, and experience editor is loading now. So edit experience editor, as I said, like it will looks like an actual website, and from there we can edit and update the content. So sometimes it takes to load the page. Let's wait for it. So experience editor is loading. So generally, sometimes at the first time loading the experience editor, it takes time. So I mean, if you have any question, meanwhile, maybe while it's loading, you guys can ask. So today I explain you about the content structure if you have, or maybe any question on it if you are not understanding. Okay, so you can just ask while the experience editor is loading. We can discuss. So it seems it's taking so much time. So I mean, for today we I mean, covered all the things. Only the experience editor is now taking time to load it so that I can show you. So what I can do is I can show you it tomorrow, and also I'll explain you a little bit about the experience editor, like how it will work, because it's taking time. If you keep waiting, maybe it'll take more time to load. Okay. So do you have any question for today's session? Okay. So let's adjourn this session today now. For today, we'll meet at the same time tomorrow. Okay. Tomorrow we'll meet at 11 a.m. Okay. So I can. So Siva, you were asking me yesterday about license. So license actually, the SAT team will give you the license. So you have to keep asking them.
Yeah, I asked him,
Okay.
but he didn't provide for that. He don't understand what I am asking.
Okay. No, they will give you the license. Yeah.
He's not give that license for me. How
Okay.
did I
Actually,
get it?
yeah. Actually, the SRO team is responsible to get the license. Actually, I don't have
But
that right.
before join this section, he said that trainer would help on that.
No, I mean trainer will do nothing on the license because license is the critical thing. So it can't be shared to anyone. Okay, so the SAT team has a separate license, so they will provide you.
Yeah, but how did I get for Sitecore license?
So I mean you have to ask the maybe and whom you talk to. Maybe I think Joseph or maybe the someone who is responsible. Okay,
So I asked that he understand what he has.
okay. No, no, they will give you. So you have to keep asking them. Okay, so thanks guys for this session today. Let's make tomorrow at 11 a.m.